Okay, so in tools to investing, the first thing you got to think about investing tools no different than kitchen tools, knives, spatulas, things like that, or garage tools or mechanic tools. And the first thing I want to point out is that a lot of times you'll hear somebody really just touting one thing. They try to sell the same basic thing to everyone they come across. To me, that if it's the majority of the time, that's fine. But if it's every single time, I would usually label that person as a salesperson, really more than a financial consultant, because that's kind of the old. Companies will develop a product, and then they develop a sales force and a sales presentation around that product, explaining why that product is the absolute best fit for everyone. And then the sales force goes out and tries to sell that to everyone. And that just doesn't make sense. If you just think about it common sense wise, whatever industry, whether it's financial or cooking or mechanics or furniture or whatever it is, there's no one product that's right for every single person 100% of the time. So those are the kind of people that I would normally, in my opinion, kind of shy away from. Doesn't mean their products are bad, and maybe it's right for 80% of the people out there, but there's no way it's right for 100%. So just keep that in mind. And also keep in mind that investments are no different than, again, garage tools and kitchen tools and so on and so forth. What's so funny to me is I see people argue to the bitter end over this and that, and why one investment is bad and this is bad. And it's just really, really silly, because it's all dependent upon what you're doing. It's like arguing that a hammer is better than a screwdriver. Well, this investment is bad because of this. This is bad because of this, because of fees, because of costs, because of returns, because it just depends on what you need it for. A hammer is not better than a screwdriver, just like a screwdriver is not better than a hammer. They don't work the same way. So financial tools are no different. Okay, so the bottom line is everybody has different needs. So what we do is we define your needs, and then it's very simple. All you do is you pick the financial tool that gives you the most money at whatever age you need it. Because most people, if you're looking for a different goal, that's fine. But when it comes to financials, most people are looking for, hey, I need a certain amount of money by age, or this or that, or whatever. So you take into consideration taxes. You take into consideration, rates of return, their age, all those kind of things, and you plug it into an illustration or a software package, and you just pick the one that gives you the biggest number. That's it. So all the arguing and debating and so on and so forth kind of goes by the wayside. It's really that simple. Just like when you go to the toolbox, you could put a screw in with a hammer. I've done it before. But again, or maybe you start it with a hammer because it makes, you need to get it wedged in there. But the reality is, most people are not going to argue that a hammer makes a better screwdriver than a screwdriver would. So you just pick, again, the financial tool that gives you the most money at whatever age you need it. That's really the bottom line, instead of arguing out this and that and so on and so on and so forth. It's usually it comes down to be that simple, is you just make a list of what you need, what your goals are, and then you pick the best tool. So for most people, a lot of times you'll even have several financial tools working together, just like you wouldn't have a bandsaw to cut everything that you possibly need out there. You would probably have a circular saw, a skills saw, a table saw. Or if you, let's say you're not in the garage but you cook, you're going to have a chef knife, a butcher knife, a paring knife. You're going to have different tools. The same thing is here. So that's the first thing in our investment talk, is tools are different, and we're going to go on to explaining the different kind of tools that are available for you. Thanks so much.